I just won 250,000. I'm not joking.
You're not, are you? Really?
I just won 250,000. Please don't film me.
This video takes a look at two-time lottery winner and near-death experience survivor Bill Morgan, who hit it big for the second time on live television in Australia in 1999. If you're new to this channel, my name is Timothy Schultz. I actually also am a lottery winner, and I won in the same year in 1999. I won the Powerball in the United States before going back to college to study journalism, broadcast news, and launch this podcast, whereby I am now meeting and interviewing other lottery winners and people who have defied the odds in life. I will put a playlist to these interviews below, but Bill Morgan's story is incredible. And I'm going to take a look at this video where he was on live television winning the lottery for the second time in a moment. But a little bit of backstory. He was a truck driver in Australia in the 1990s and was actually crushed by a truck before suffering a fatal heart attack. He had this heart attack and his body literally died for more than 14 minutes. He was in a coma for 12 days. But then he woke up, and a few months later, he proposed to his then girlfriend, who said yes, before winning a new car on a scratch ticket. But that is where this story just begins, because he was so lucky from this near-death experience, and then from winning the lottery, he was invited to go on to this television station in Melbourne, Australia, and reenact the win on live TV. So he did this, and what happened was really incredible. And I'm going to analyze this video right now, so let's take a look at it.
When I was lying in hospital and thought, gee, I mightn't survive this, I'm only 37, and at 37 I've got so much to look forward to.
He didn't know it, but that included an engagement, a new job, the new car, and even more good luck when we asked Bill to reenact buying his scratchy ticket.
I just won 250,000. I'm not joking.
You're not, are you? Really?
I just won 250,000. Please don't film me.
You have too. Congratulations, Bill.
How are you? Fantastic. Look.
It's just...
I think I'll have another heart attack.
Oh my gosh. He just won the lottery for the second time on live television, and you can see that he is overcome with emotion. He is leaning back. It seems like he is really in awe. I mean, this is catching the live action. I often ask lottery winners, how did it feel the moment that you won? And I share my experience because it's really interesting. But here, this is one of the first times that you can actually see his reaction in real time as he's winning the lottery. And keep in mind, he's winning $250,000 here, but this was 1999. That was worth a lot more than $250,000. Today, that would be worth nearly $500,000. But regardless, that is incredible. He is just overjoyed. You can see that he is in shock, it looks like. So let's go ahead and keep listening here.
Bill had told the agency owners he'd keep buying scratchies until he won the cash.
Can you believe this man's luck? No. I'm in shock. I'm still shaking.
For a man who last year lived in a caravan, the sudden windfall inspired dreams he wanted to share with his fiancée.
I won 250,000, honey. I have. We got that new house.
I mean, that almost makes me want to cry. You can feel the emotion in his voice of how overwhelmed he was. Apparently, prior to this, he was living in a caravan, I believe. So just assuming, I don't know this, but I assume that he wasn't wealthy and that this money was very, very meaningful and helpful to him at that point in his life. And this was 1999, but Man, I am so happy for him. And just within the last few years, in 2020, Bill Morgan gave a recent interview with Daily Mail. He said, and I quote, "It wasn't that big of a deal to me until the newspapers and TV stations got wind of it. They thought it was a good luck story, so that's how it all started." And he admitted after the second win that the reporters that were there initially thought that he was joking.
I just won 250,000. I'm not joking.
You're not, are you? Really?
I just won 250,000. So, please don't come here.
You have too. Congratulations, Bill. Fantastic. Look.
Now, shortly after this live news video, it's reported that they opened a bottle of champagne and started celebrating, and you cannot blame them for that. Now, what did he do with the winnings? He purchased his very own house and invested the rest. He said that he still buys scratch tickets, although he hasn't won a prize yet like he did back in 1999. Speaking about his near-death experience, he told Daily Mail, 12 months before I had the win, the heart stopped and my life was over for 14 minutes and 38 seconds. He went on to say that while he was in a coma in the hospital, that some believed that he would be brain dead when they took him off of the life support. His sisters wanted to keep him on life support, but a specialist from the hospital wanted to try new things and sort of use him as what he called a guinea pig. And then a few days later, he woke up. Although he's had heart problems and arthritis, Bill Morgan admitted to still feeling lucky. In this video that went extremely viral of him winning the second time, he was asked about that, and he seemed surprised that the video had gone so viral and was so popular. But I mean, from my perspective, I can see why. We just watched that, and it's extraordinary. Another thing I find very interesting about this is that when he went in to go do this reenactment, he was probably feeling lucky because he was reenacting the first win. So he had this sort of mindset about him, and he went in there, purchased this ticket, and then he won again. But what do you think about Bill Morgan's story? What do you think about this win on live television? Let me know your thoughts in the comments of this video. And what will you do if and when you win the lottery? I love checking out your comments. We will put a playlist to some of the interviews with other lottery winners and people who have overcome the odds in the description of this video. If you play the lottery, always play responsibly. Never spend more than you can afford to lose, but remember that anything and everything is possible. If you like this video, let YouTube know and me by smashing the like button. Get notified when new videos are released on this channel by hitting the subscribe button, the bell icon, and enabling all notifications. As always, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your support.